guys, welcome to day 3 of our 30-day Disney Nail Art Challenge. Please don't forget to join our Facebook group and share your work with the hashtag Disney Nail Art Challenge to see how far we can get this challenge spread. The link for the group is in the description below, along with each of the products that I recommend throughout the video. Have fun and good luck. Today we are covering an easy Minnie Mouse. Okay, so we are going to start off using our skin color. If you missed how to make this skin color, if you pop into day 1 or day 2 of our challenge, you will see us create it. It is just a mix of white, yellow and a smidge of red. And all we are going to do to get started is create a heart shape about 3/4 of the way down the nail. We created the same shape in the last video when we were creating Mickey Mouse. So this is for the top of Minnie's head, and all you are going to do once you've got your half a heart drawn in is you are going to fill your colour in completely. You will be able to see brush strokes when you're working with acrylic paint, but again don't worry because these will all disappear once you top coat at the end. So you can see I'm just making sure that this is totally filled in right now. Then you need to let it dry completely before moving on. Once it's completely dry, you can then move on to your second layer of skin color if you need to apply a second one. So if you can see your base color anywhere through your skin color that you've already painted, you want to add a second layer. So once that is totally dry, you are going to pop a little bit of red into your tray and you are going to mix some water through. And you're mixing the water in to make sure that your paint stays nice and fluid. If you want any more tips on this, please pop back to the first video. So you want to give that water a good mix through, and then we are going to paint a little rectangle in between the heart on the top of the head. It doesn't have to be a perfect rectangle, so don't panic if your rectangle isn't perfect. This is part of her bow, and bows are never perfect. Once you've got your rectangle drawn in, you are going to fill it in with your red, or if you've decided to paint your bow in a different colour, you can paint it in whichever colour you've chosen. Then you're going to take your red paint and in a little diagonal going upwards, you are going to paint a line and curve it down. And this is going to be for the top of her bow. So up and a curve around. And you are then going to do the exact same thing on the bottom of the bow. And this is going to overlap her little skin area. So you are going to go down and curve up. And they can then join. Once you've got that done, you are going to fill in your bow. Once you've got the first side filled in, you are going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Now again, this does not need to be perfect. You are making a bow, and what bow is ever the exact same size on both sides. So please don't struggle trying to get it the same. It does not need to be the same on both sides. You want to then fill in your bow, let it dry, and once it's dry, if you need to add a second layer of colour, you can do so at this stage. Okay, so now it's time to add some detail to our bow. So for this you are going to need black and white, and we're going to start off by outlining the rectangle in the centre of the bow. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect, so don't panic if it's not. And we're going to draw 2 little curves right in the center of the bow just to show off the fact that it is curved. Now we're going to take our dotting tool and some white paint, and we're going to add some polka dots over both sides of the bow. So random sizes in random places. And you want to do both sides. once you've got your polka dots in, you are going to finish outlining the outside of the bow in black. So right the way up and around. So take your time when you're doing this, but again, you don't need to get it absolutely perfect. And guys, if anybody has any questions at any stage, please feel free to drop them into the comment box below, or do ask on social media, and I will do everything I can to answer all of your questions. I've also popped a link in the description for the paints that I recommend using, and also a set of brushes that I recommend. Now, bows do have creases, so we are going to pop a big crease on both sides from the center of the bow, leaning out towards the middle of the side of the bow. And then from the rectangle, a small little crease on both sides, leaning in towards the center of the bow, just to show a little bit of movement in the bow. So we're then going to move on to the ears. Now, because she has a really big bow on her head, you are not going to be able to see a massive amount of the ears, but we do obviously need to include them in the painting. She is Mickey Mouse, so she does have big round ears, so we are going to do round shapes at the top of the bow, and then over to the side of the bow. Now, if you have drawn a smaller bow, you can give her bigger ears. But as she is Mickey Mouse, again, she likes to have a big bow, so the smaller the bow, the bigger the ears. So you want to make sure that you pop an ear on both sides of her head, in or around the same position. Once you've got both of the ears drawn in, we are then going to move on to the little line at the top of her head, where we are once again going to be going back to our heart shape. So when we move on to her forehead, we are literally drawing the very tip of a heart down into her forehead. Once you have it drawn in, you are simply just going to fill it in with a little bit of black paint. Okay, so that's the top of our head drawn in. So for her eyes, we are going back to our egg shapes again, and we're going to draw one white egg shape on either side of her face for each of her eyes. You want to draw in or around the same size and shape on the other side, but again guys, if it does not turn out exactly the same, do not panic. It is art. It is never going to be exactly identical. So once you've got his eyes or her eyes drawn in, we are going to do what we did with our previous Mickey. So just underneath the eyes, we are going to draw a little shadow line to show that her face is three-dimensional. So if you did our second tutorial, you will have seen that we have done this before on Mickey number 2. You're then going to outline her eyes. And the outline for her eyes is going to come right down to that line that we just drew, and it's going to end touching the line. So you want to outline both eyes, and we're going to do something a little bit different with Minnie because she is a girl. So we did not give Mickey any eyelashes, but we are going to give Minnie Mouse eyelashes because we want to show off that she is a girl. So all we are going to do for that is on the top corners of the eyes, we are going to add 2 little flicks on both sides to symbolize lashes. So guys, you do need to have a super fine brush for this, otherwise you are going to end up with blobs on the top corners of the eyes. If you're finding that your brushes are too thick, even if you have bought the thinnest brushes available, I am going to pop a little link just on the screen here in front of you to one of my other videos that shows you how to trim your nail art brushes. So we are then going to go in with 2 more eggs, and they are going to be for Minnie's pupils. If you want to look into the side, just add them over to whichever side you want her to look towards, rather than the center of the eye. And we are going to draw another egg for her nose. It's all about the eggs. Once you have her eggy nose drawn in, you are going to fill it in with your black paint. And then, just like we did with tutorial number 2, we are going to add a little reflection of white paint to the very tip of the nose. So if you can see through your nose anywhere, you want to wait for it to dry, add a second layer of black, wait for that to dry, and then add on your white reflection. If you can't see through your black paint, 1 layer is fine, just wait for it to dry and add on your little white dot. And guys, that is it for our easy Minnie Mouse. Now tomorrow we are going to be doing a slightly more difficult Minnie Mouse, but I think you'll find that this Minnie Mouse was slightly more difficult than our easy Mickey Mouse, and tomorrow's Minnie Mouse will be slightly more difficult than yesterday's more difficult Mickey Mouse. So let's have a little look at what she looks like when she is top coated. Super cute, super shiny, and no paint strokes. So guys, that's it for day 3. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I have popped a link in the description for day 1 if you have missed it, and if you watch each of the videos through, it will then give you a link for each of the next days if you are joining us after we have started the program. If you missed day 1 in particular, please go back and watch it, as it does give a little bit more detailed information on some of the techniques and your mixing skills and that, and it goes through the products and brushes in a little bit more detail. So tomorrow is going to be a harder version of Minnie Mouse. You did get a cute little sneak preview of her just at the very end. She is absolutely adorable, and one that I get asked for quite a lot by my clients when we're not in lockdown. Please hit that subscribe button at the bottom. There is also one on the screen, either over here or over here. It will really, really help me grow my channel, and I would really love you forever if you could please hit that subscribe button for me. Hitting that subscribe button will also notify you as each of my videos go up, so you don't miss any in the series. I will see all of you guys tomorrow in our next video, and don't forget, if you can dream it, you can do it.